Hey friend, welcome to Ask Dr. Betters. Someone who uses the name The Cube has asked this question. Were angels created before people? I always thought that angels were people who died. It's a great question. And I want to say to you, first of all, when you're watching TV and a man dies and the wife or the mother of that person is telling their children, they'll say about the death of her husband or their father. They'll say something like this. You see this on TV all the time. Well, Daddy had to become an angel. Daddy is in heaven now, and he has become an angel. That's probably where you got it from. It's a common belief that when people die, they become angels. But that's nowhere found in Scripture. Scripture does not indicate that angels are people who have died. Angels have never known, the Scripture tells us, salvation. Angels do not have the joy of salvation per se, because they can never experience it. Angels, we are told in Scripture, will serve us, people, in eternity. Angels guard us. There is such a thing as guardian angels. Angels were created beings long before God created the heavens and the earth. Long before the first day or the third day or the fifth day. Long before God majestically created the universe. Before he created the first man, the angels already existed. The angels lead worship in heaven and on earth. Angels periodically make appearances. We are told in Scripture that some of us have entertained angels without being aware, not knowing that the person that they were talking to, or maybe even the dream they were having, maybe some other form of feeling or emotion was communicated to them that came from angels long before God created Adam and long before God created Eve. He created angels. He put them here on earth. The earth existed long before the first act of creation. In other words, God, who is eternal, created a universe that is eternal. And he placed the angels here to worship, to bring the worship of man, when man was finally created, to bring the worship of the universe, the stars, even the rocks, and the rivers and the ocean, all that you see out there that we call creation. Long before that took root, so to speak, the angels were responsible for mediating worship back to God, their creator. Many of them were already here on the earth. Many of them already pre-existed and predate man. We know, for example, from the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, that Satan was among them. He was called Lucifer, an angel of light, a very powerful and beautiful being. So he sinned when he decided that some of the worship that was supposed to be directed back to God, he wanted it for himself. We see that sin repeated again and again and again. People assume roles that are rightfully belong to God. And that's what the angels who fell did. They assumed roles God never intended them to have. And so Satan and a third of those angels, which maybe amounts to millions and millions of angels, were intercepting that worship that was rightfully designed for God. The humans were not part of the angelic creation. Those angels were created with a perfect free will, free to do good, free to do evil. We don't know where evil came from. We know it originated in the heart of this beautiful, powerful angel who desired to be God, named Lucifer, Satan, Beelzebub, the dragon, the beast, all other kinds of names. But no, it is not dead people who become angels. Dead people do not become angels. They become people who will stand in the judgment of Christ. And many of the angels have been destined to carry out God's justice. We know that angels will be the ones who bring that judgment to earth. So the angels are created beings. They will continue to worship God forever and forever. They will continue to protect us. They will continue to bless us, to surround us. I mean, even angels came and ministered to Jesus after he was tempted in the wilderness. Angels were there at his second coming, or at his ascension, and warned man of his second coming. Angels were there to announce his birth. They were the ones that led that heavenly chorus when the birth of Jesus was being announced. Heaven couldn't contain itself. And heaven, just a myriad of angels, a whole host of heavenly beings, angels, were there to announce the birth of Christ. And they will be there to announce his second coming, and they will be the instruments of God's judgments, the ones who will bring that judgment to the earth. So there's many things that the angels are, many roles that they perform, but they are not human beings. They are not dead bodies of men or women. They are powerful, powerful, powerful beings. And God has a plan for each and every one of them. Hope this helps.
Hi, my name is Melissa Weisenfels, Executive Director here at MARKINC Ministries. Thank you so very much for your continued support of this video series. Ask Dr. Betters is not meant to be a substitute for professional counseling, but instead is designed to extract biblical principles around the questions being asked. We encourage you to seek professional counseling if needed.